Have you ever canceled plans because your house felt too chaotic? You love the idea of hosting, but not the cleanup. Here's the truth. It's not your house size or the decor or how it looks. It's the function of everything inside it and how you feel about it. If you're a mom who dreams of that homestead life you see on Instagram, but you feel like you'd need an extra 12 hours in your day to make it happen, along with another set of hands, then Simply Living Homestead is for you. Hi, I'm Amanda, wife, mama, and milkmaid. I've learned the secret to simplifying my time and homestead to make room for the moments that matter. If you're ready to get time back in your day, manage your home with ease, and train your children in the way they should go, grab your pitchfork and planner, friend. Let's get to work. Did you know that I have a free community of women just like you? Homesteading moms who are knee-deep in balancing their home, babies, and land. We share time management, home organization tips, and all the fun things that happen on a homestead. Come join us at simplylivingHomestead.com/community or click the link in the description below. Welcome back to the homestead. Today, we're going to be talking about function of the home, not perfection, and how this helps make hospitality happen. We will also be looking at why biblical hospitality matters, what's really stopping you from opening up your home, and how to start small with one simple reset step. So let's get into it. I have had a home many times in my life that I simply didn't want to host in. I would make up excuses about why I couldn't host. And a lot of them had to do with space or the fact that my house wasn't decorated nicely, or I didn't have the decor or the aesthetic that I thought that I should have. But realistically, the reason I didn't want to host or I didn't feel like I could host is because I didn't have the systems in place to be able to effectively do the steps that I needed to host. So the example of that is just simply like I didn't have things set up in my kitchen so that I could make a meal and put it on the table and work through it in a way that came easily. I didn't have the systems in place to reset my living room or the main living spaces, or frankly even the bathroom, and like all the places that your guests would go that you like tend to feel shame, or at least I did, shame creeping in. Like you didn't want them to see those spaces, and it is really easy to have shame or guilt or whatever creep in when somebody shows up unannounced, or or you're thinking about having someone over, or maybe someone comes to the church and you'd really like to spontaneously invite them over, but you know the condition of your house, and so you don't do it. When the main rooms are easy to reset, hosting can become a joyful thing that you can show outward expressions to, one another. So let's start with a biblical foundation. Hospitality is commanded in Scripture. This isn't about image, it's about serving. Romans 12:13 says, "Contribute to the needs of the saints and seek to show hospitality." 1 Peter 4:9 says, "Show hospitality one to another without grumbling." Even Proverbs 31 goes down through this list of all the things that this woman does, and showing hospitality and generosity to her household staff and her children and the people in the streets is something that is spoke very highly of. So this isn't something that's just a matter of opinion. The other things that hospitality can really do, if you need convincing that you need to do it, is it builds community. When you have others into your home, it creates this sense of closeness with one another. When you share a meal, whether it's actually inside your house or sitting outside in the yard or around a campfire or something, you're building this sense of community and getting to know each other at a deeper level than you would in any other social gathering. And in that aspect, I have been talking to some people who are Christians now, but we're not raised in Christian homes or in Christian situations, which is not true for me, right? I was raised in a Christian home surrounded by Christian families. And so looking out into families and situations that did not have that upbringing, I am learning that hosting and hospitality and having people over is just something that doesn't happen outside of the Christian faith. I'm sure it does occasionally, right? But the more people that I speak to, the more that I'm realizing that this is very much a Christian thing. It is a Christian entity to have people over and to minister in that way, and also to just build community in that way. So when it comes to hosting, if you are a Christian and you're in a church community, there's a good chance that you are feeling the desire to host, to have families from your church over, or maybe have neighbors and friends over, or as you're being in this homesteading community, you are, hoping to reach out to other homesteaders or other people that have interests in the same line as you, and you want to, right? Like it's deep inside of you that you'd like to do the thing. And every time you think about, putting together the things needed to make that happen, it feels like a really big, overwhelming task. And I am going to present to you today that this isn't just about it being overwhelming to plan a meal, execute the meal, and invite all the people, right? Because those are decent steps. And if you haven't exercised it, those steps can be hard. What I'm going to lay in front of you today is that your home is impacting your ability to host. How you feel impacts hosting. A cluttered or a disorganized home increases the mental load. So you already have all of these things that you have to do extra to invite someone into your home. And when your space works for your family, you have energy left to connect, to actually do the steps needed to get people to come into your home. But when your house is cluttered or disorganized, or you can't clean it up in a fashion that's relatively quickly, you often will not take the time to do it. And you might come up with a different excuse. You might not be identifying that this is the problem, right? But I would present to you today that if you are feeling friction in your home, that it is absolutely impacting your ability to host. So the function of your home, how each of the different rooms and the different areas inside your rooms function, these create freedoms. When you are able to reset quickly, you will start enjoy decorating. Like you can actually wait, what do I want to put on my wall? What color of paint do I want to use? And we try and think of these things, right? But they feel overwhelming because our home isn't operating for us. So then your systems support beauty, not fighting it. So not only are we wanting to host and going, well, my house isn't pretty enough. I guess this is a quick aside. I don't, but my house isn't pretty. I really want it to be. I do, but it functions. And the thing of the matter is I've never heard anyone comment about the lack of beauty in my home. They are just happy for a warm space, for comfortable furniture, for good food, for fellowship. Those are the things that people are paying attention. I cannot think of a time that I have had people into my home, and as I've gotten better and exercised the skill, there have been a decent number of people through my home. I have never heard anyone comment on the lack of trendy items in my home, the lack of continuity between rooms. I would love to be that person who has a really pretty house that you would want to post on Instagram and Pinterest. I'd love to be that person. And someday, maybe I will. But for now, having a house that actually functions is way more important, because then I can actually spend my time doing the things that matter, and that is impacting people, that is reaching out to my community, that is caring for my family, right? So I don't want to just close off with just these thoughts. I'd like to give you a quick action that you can do to help implement what you've heard today. And if anything stood out, maybe you can kind of start implementing it into your own home so you can host. So remember, you don't need a magazine perfect home to be hospitable. I do it all the time. I just talked about that. So you don't have to. I understand the desire for it, okay? Because that's there for me too. But it doesn't have to be there for you to start hosting. Our bathroom is in the state of half-finished renovations. And I have got it in the renovations to the point that I can clean it. Quote unquote clean it. I can clean the toilet and the shower and the sink and the floor, that sort of clean it. And it's fine. We're going to have people over in it. That bathroom is ugly. Studs, a wall is open, not see-through, half of the wall is open, but still, it's not pretty, but people come and the bathroom functions. Nobody's going to throw a tantrum about it, right? So start where you are and create function first, and then you will see where you can maybe add something pretty or do something that feels like it impacts the beauty of your home. So this week, pick one main room and ask, how does my family actually use this space? And then ask, what doesn't belong here? So you are going to rearrange just one area so that it works with your family's rhythms, not against them. Are you constantly having things dropped or put down in a specific area? And if you are, maybe you need to make that thing's home right there. Think about it and consider it. Maybe that thing needs to just have a home right there. Or maybe it needs to have a little home that can then be transferred to its permanent home. So a quick example of what I mean by that is maybe you just need a basket because people are constantly dropping, their backpacks and all of the things. But you don't have an area, you literally could not put the backpacks right there. I'd encourage you to just hang the backpacks right where they're being dropped. And if you can't do that, maybe there needs to be something where everything gets dropped into a basket and then they can get transported to where they actually get, hung up or stored. So your action item is to choose one room, identify what belongs there, make one small change to improve its function. And when you've done that, or when you've thought through that at the very least, come share your progress in our free Facebook community. It is up, it is going, and you can post over there, share your thoughts, share what you're working on, share what you've learned on this podcast, share what you would like to do. And if you have a space that you're like, man, I don't know what I want to do with this space, or here's the pain point, right? I'm having backpacks dropped here and this isn't the backpack place, right? Come post a photo over in the Facebook community, and there will be somebody, me probably, and maybe some members of the community will have some ideas about what you can do to improve that space. So go to simplylivinghomestead.com/community. We'll take you to that Facebook community. And I hope that you can start hosting in your home. I hope that you can start making progress to having people inside your home and impacting people. Because that's what your home is for at the end of the day, is to impact people. So start with how your home functions, not how it looks, and you'll build a home that serves your family and allows you to serve others. Take the one small step that I talked about today and let your confidence grow from there. If you know you need help to bring function to your home, but you are overwhelmed by the long to-do list, hop on a coaching call with me. In 1 hour, we will bring order to the biggest pain point in your home or day and get you started on the path to real peace. Go to www.simplylivingHomestead.com/coach. That is simplylivingHomestead.com/coach to book a call today. And I would love to see you and help you very tactically and tangibly work through some of these biggest pain points that you might be experiencing. Hey neighbor, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share this episode with a friend who is knee-deep in their own homestead? Also, please leave me a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts. It thrills me to know that this podcast is helping you. Keep watching those sunsets, friend. I'll meet you back here on the homestead soon for another episode. See ya!